Hi, I'm Cynthia Seeger. I'm one of the diabetes educators at the Kickapoo Tribal Health Center, and I'm also a registered dietitian. Today, I'm going to show you how to give yourself an insulin injection, or if you help a loved one give themselves insulin, then this video is for you too. Okay, so let's jump right into it. The first thing we're going to do is gather our supplies. So as you can see here, I have a clean, unused syringe. I have my bottle of insulin, but for today's demonstration, we are going to use a saline solution. At home, you'll have your insulin. The bottle will be a little bigger than this, and you'll have a different color on it. And then you are going to need your sharps container to dispose of your used syringe. Okay, so the next step that we're going to do is to prepare the insulin in the syringe. So first of all, take your insulin, and if it's a new bottle, remove the cap. You're also going to want to check to make sure there's no particles or anything floating in the insulin. And you can also check the expiration date and make sure that you're not going to use expired insulin. Now that that's ready, we'll take our syringe. You can see there are two caps, so we'll take this cap off first. That's for the plunger. And then we'll very carefully take off the orange cap. This is where your needle is. Whenever you go to draw up insulin, the first thing that you're going to want to do is draw up the amount of air as the same amount of your dose is going to be. For example, if you need 30 units of insulin, you need to draw up 30 units of air. For today's demonstration, I'm going to do 10 units. So I'm just going to pull back the plunger all the way to 10. And so now I have 10 units of air. Second thing, we are going to put the syringe right into the rubber stopper of our insulin, and then we're going to inject that air into the bottle. This helps to keep the right amount of pressure inside of the bottle. That makes it easier to draw up our insulin. Now we're going to turn it upside down, and this is where we're going to draw up the insulin. Remember, I'm going to do 10 units, so just keep your eye on it. Right at 10 units. So you're gonna check next to see if there's any large air bubbles, and I do have quite a large air bubble in here, so I'm going to inject that back into the bottle, and now I will redo my dose of insulin all the way up to 10. And that one's much better. Now I just have a little tiny air bubble, but that's okay. And now we will just pull it out, and you are ready to inject it into your belly. Today, we're going to use our injection belly for our demonstration. Now we're going to inject our insulin. So what you got to do is hold your syringe in one hand, kind of like a pencil here. And then with your other hand, you're going to grab your belly, just like a pinch right here. And you're going to pinch it. And you take the syringe at a 90-degree angle, so just straight in, push it all the way in, let go of the pinch. Then you can use the plunger and push the medicine all the way into your belly. Count to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then pull it out. You can also press your finger on the site for 5 to 10 seconds to make sure that no insulin leaks out. And then you're done. That's it. Very simple. All we need to do now is dispose of our used syringe into our sharps container. It's very important to remember that you do not want to put the orange cap back on the needle because it can go right through the cap and you can end up sticking yourself again. So we'll put it right in here. And that's All you gotta do for that, one thing that might be helpful for you if you don't have a red sharps container like this, you can use like an empty laundry detergent bottle because the plastic is very thick. And that's an easy substitution for something like this. Now we're going to talk about site rotation. When you take insulin, you may be injecting multiple times a day. And the important thing to remember is that you do not want to inject it in the same place as last time. This can cause a condition called lipodystrophy. This is when a lump might form or the skin could thicken and it can be swollen. If this happens and you keep injecting in that spot, it can cause the insulin to not work properly. So I'm going to demonstrate different ways to, or different places to inject your insulin with the help of my little friend. So there are different areas of your body that you can inject insulin, and that's going to be your abdomen, your thighs, the buttocks, or the back of your arm. So the abdomen is the most common place to inject insulin, and you can follow a specific path to help you remember where you injected last time. What I like to do is start on one side. You can go one here, and make sure you stay an inch apart from where you injected last time. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. So, and then you can start on the next line, I guess, and go straight across here. Or you can take a more curvy path and kind of snake around like this. Now, one really important thing to remember is to stay 2 finger widths away from your belly button on all sides. So here's my belly button. We'll stay here, here, and so forth. So you have basically a circle around your belly button. Thank you for joining me today. I hope this was helpful for you, or that maybe you learned something new. And for those of you that are new to insulin, I understand that it can be scary and trying. No one ever said that diabetes was easy. If you ever need someone to talk to about diabetes or how it's affecting your life, please feel free to call the diabetes department at the clinic and we would love to speak with you. And before we go, I have a few more tips on insulin for you.